Yeah, what's up, guys? I'm gonna give people a moment to join in and settle in with us. This is going to be a short game night. I haven't been able to actually share the stream on Discord just yet, but basically, we're just gonna do a little bit of housekeeping and talk about been going on, and that's gonna be it. This is gonna be a light one, as you know, the past 2 weeks I haven't had a ton of time to really the past 2 weeks I haven't had a ton of time to actually do the amount of normal research that I would normally do, and so because of that, today I feel like it's better to just update everyone on what has been done with the project in particular, and then next week we can go into what we normally do, whether it be Web3 gaming, traditional style gaming, and talking about Worlds Within in general. And so I'm here joined by Awesome as JL. What's up, man? It's been a while.
Yo, 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 it's your boy Awesome as JL, aka the biggest music artist in the metaverse. What's good, my guy?
Man, it's been a minute. Things are good. I'm in a good place right now. I'm
Mhm.
well rested. I'm ready to get back to it. It's been a while since we've had game night and World Wednesdays. You've been definitely like carrying the torch there. And yeah, like I'm excited to be back. It's definitely been a while.
Yeah, man, it's definitely been a while. Being out of the crypto space for like 1 week, man, is like a year. I promise you, bro. It's so insane. It's crazy.
Yo, how's it going? So yeah, I definitely agree. Normally, as you know, I try to make sure I'm tapped in with all the projects and whatnot, and make sure I'm following along what's happening in Web3 and in the general Cardano space, of course, and just following along with all the major projects are doing. That's something that I try to make sure that I constantly do. And I want to talk a little bit about why I've been away. That way, like, there's clarity there, and there's no I don't know. It's just good for transparency, really, right? So, a couple weeks ago, I went to a family cookout and whatnot, and this is like after a workout. I go there, I'm hanging out, and you know, there's mashed potatoes, there's mac and cheese, there's chicken, there's like grilled meatballs. There's just like they did it big. They cooked it up, and so I eat, and for whatever reason my stomach was kind of shaky, and so like I'm like, well, I'm not feeling too well, you know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I can figure something out. And what ends up happening is that I'm like, man, my stomach's going crazy. Like, what did I eat? I'm like, did I touch a trash can or something? Did I forget to wash my hands? What's going on? And basically, like the next day or two, I'm just like, yo, I feel sick. And it's like, it's in my stomach area and it's just pain. And I'm thinking to myself, like, I have to eat something bad. Because that's the only type of pain. Every time in the past, I've always assumed that's what that pain was. And I've experienced it before, and I've always assumed that it was like the stomach flu or something, right? And when you get the stomach flu or you have any type of stomach issue, you think it's just you ate something bad. Well, apparently, I had appendicitis, and my appendix had grown 40% the normal size, right? And during that time period, I'm thinking that I got the stomach flu. I'm thinking I'm just normally sick, and but this is when I knew it was too much for me, right? Like, because I've had that pain before, but I've never understood where it came from. And this time I was like, okay, this is the fifth time I'm dealing with this. Let me go figure out, like, what is this, right? And so we go to the urgent care. They do the MRI and whatnot. Man, I'm throwing up everywhere. I can't drink water. I can't eat nothing. And so I'm like, bro, this is crazy. So I end up going to the emergency room from the urgent care. They put me on a bunch of medicine, and then the next morning they're like, okay, we're gonna go ahead and have the doctor remove your appendix and whatnot, and then after that you know, I was still in pain from like the surgery procedure and whatnot, but like the pain that was in my side and my stomach completely went away. Um, Now you would think, you know, normally I would, me being me, I would take that time to just lock in and listen to spaces for the next 2 weeks and whatnot and do as much research as possible. But this time I took a different approach, man. I really got some rest. I took some real time off and really just locked in with friends and family, and I just relaxed and did my best to make it so that when I did return, I could return with a fresh state of mind and a fresh perspective, really ready to take on the next stage of this Web3 journey that we're on, you know? And so I'm happy to be back, man. I'm happy we figured out the appendix situation. It's something that's been plaguing me for years, apparently. You know, I was in Orlando earlier this year and at Disney World. I was like, man, my side and my stomach is killing me. At that time, I thought, you know, the food that I ate at the while we are at Disney World was bad. You know, I figured that I had ate something bad then, but I was like, you know, let me rest, take a day or two to just rest and relax, and hopefully it will go back to normal. And you know, after 2 to 3 days, it normally would. And so that was in June, July. Oh, you remember when I went to Orlando, you know? And then then even earlier in May when I was in Denver, I was walking around and I was like, man, I have to go back to my hotel room because my side killing me. So it's been an issue that's been flaring up, and each time I just thought I ate something bad, right? And so now, you know, I've basically went through the allotted time that they told me to rest and relax and whatnot. And so now I feel like I'm good to go. I feel like I'm ready to work. I'm excited. Um, I'll say that today I'm really just doing a little bit of housekeeping, talking about the project, talking about myself, and letting people know what this experience has been like. And really, like going forward, you know, we can just work towards the next stage of, you know, Fragment and Worlds Within and the Heartbreak Club. As of right now, we're still waiting. Like I'm still waiting on a few updates for the security when it comes to the Fragment accounts. We are doing the Web3 integration stuff for the Heartbreak Club currently. So when you play the Heartbreak Club game, if you have any of the NFTs, you're gonna get extra lives and extra bonus drops. That's something that's already in progress. And from there, you know, it's us preparing and working with our community members to deliver some unique experiences. We have two things that are specially planned for CNFTCon that's coming up. We'll be there. We're taking some VR headsets to allow people to play not just play. We'll have some computers there for people who want to play Chaos Factions and a Heartbreak Club game, but we're also going to have VR headsets for anyone who want to look at the traditional worlds or their own world, and we also have some VR headsets there for people who want to just try out VR games that haven't had the opportunity to. And so that's what we're bringing to CNFTCon this year. And we have a surprise auction that's going to be going on at the event that we're working with a number of people for. And I'm really excited to bring that all together and kind of show everyone in the next couple of weeks as we get closer to the event about that. And I think it's going to be something that's good for our community members because we get the opportunity to showcase people who've been creating and building things within our community. And that's what this is about, man. This Web3 is really about bringing people together and eliminating the middlemen for when it comes to creatives creating for a community. And I believe that we're creating some of the most interesting stuff on Cardano in particular when it comes to VR and gaming in general. So, yeah, I'm excited to connect with basically this community and show you guys what we can bring to the table. And I'm excited.
Yeah, yeah, man. That's dope. I'm just glad. I'm glad you're feeling better, man. I'm glad you got some rest, man. Cause man, spaces are gonna space. It's gonna space, man. All the time, bro. You ain't missing nothing. I'm telling you that now. You ain't missing nothing, man. But yeah, I'm glad you got some rest, man. You know, all of us need rest. When it's time to rest, it's time to rest, man. You know, it's unfortunate that happened in that way, though. You know, and I did want to ask you about that, right? You said they removed your appendix. Was there anything specifically wrong with it, or they were like, this would alleviate you from this issue? Did they say why that issue arise, or? give you any feedback on that?
So they don't. So the appendicitis is something that happens to like 30 or 40% of the people in the country, from what I heard. And basically, if your appendix actually bursts and they don't catch it in time, you can potentially die from it, right? So once it enlarges, they have to remove it. But if you wait long enough, eventually it bursts and it feels like the pain goes away anyway. But at that point, it becomes critical. And so by the time I was actually, I'd say I spent the night at the hospital. So I went to urgent care like at 10, 9, 10 o'clock at night. We literally went from the urgent care to the emergency room and they had me stay in the hospital, like from that point going forward. And like I said, I couldn't drink water, I couldn't eat anything, man. Like the like all the medicine had to be administered through IV because literally my stomach couldn't hold anything down. And yeah, I don't know. It's like, but like I said, I've had this issue before in the past when, I can think of 3 or 4 times this year and a few times last year where I had that exact same pain and I just thought it was a stomach flu or I thought I had gas or something. So, nah, it just kind of surprised me. And really, I'm hoping that, in the future, I don't have any more of that style of medical issue or anything like that. But the crazy part about it, man, is you know me. We talk all the time. It's like I lift weights consistently. I've been eating fairly healthy this past year. I've actually I don't talk about my weight loss journey or anything like that. But man, I've lost about 50 pounds this year. So I've been eating healthy, exercising, making sure my mental's right. This Web3 is one of the most mentally taxing environments to be in, right? Especially as a creator and as an entrepreneur. And we don't give these founders enough credit to one, stay here and build, but take care of themselves while they do it. That's a tough task, right? Some of them turn to different vices to try to maintain, but it always ends up showing up when they do that type of stuff. For me, last year I felt like I wrecked my health trying to build as fast as possible. This time I've taken a much slower approach, something that's going to be more consistent, something that's going to last longer, something with a more solid foundation. I did that because I really want to be here for the long term, right? Web3 is a game about survival and resource management, making sure that you have enough money and expertise to make it in this environment for the long term. And that's what I'm here to do. So yeah, man, like the it just surprised me when it happened. Like I said, I thought I had the stomach flu, but I really took that time period to really rest, relax, talk to my friends and family, and then get back to the grind for, you know, to make this happen. So, of course, I was taking a few meetings here and there. I didn't rest the entire time. But, I had a great opportunity to really lock in with my brother and my dad and my wife. And yeah, had some quality conversations with my mom. And this is one of those things where it's just like, it makes you really realize that, like, what's really important. And they are the people who have supported me on this Web3 journey. You know what I mean? I remember when I was trying to be like, yo, Cardano this, Cardano that for years. And once they were finally on board, they were really interested in this Web3 technology and trying to like how and really trying to be a part of it. I used to hold meetups and they'll show up to the meetups and whatnot. They went to CNFT Con last year, and so that's why I'm just like, I had to make sure and secure my foundation, spend time with the people that mean the most to me, and now I'm ready to get back to it. So, but like I said, this is just like a short game night to really touch base and talk to people about what's been going on, and let them know that I'm still here and I'm still ready to build. You know, we've seen and this is the thing. I don't think it's easy to be a founder in Web3. That's not something I would ever say, right? I know it's not easy. I know the expectations of holders are always there. People want you to build and they want you to build the greatest thing ever because some of these projects can potentially be moonshots. I'm aware of that. But this is the thing, man. We're an indie development game studio, right? That's who we are. at the end of the day, like my goal long term is to build some of the best games on Cardano, do it in feasible time frames, make it so that the people of this community have something that they can play, have something that they can show and share with others. And if I do that, then I've completed my task.
Yeah, that is I agree, because when you figure out what your target is, right, and you know what you're aiming for, it makes it easier, the whole journey. And it also makes it easier, you know, to jump back in and get to work and have a clear mind and focus on what it is you're doing. Because, man, it's a lot of smoke and mirrors. It's a lot of people just talking. It's a lot of people talking. It's real easy to pick up some of the chatter. But, as long as we lock in, stay focused, you know what I mean? Stay focused on the games, the development of the games, and putting out those games, man. Consistency. People are always going to follow consistency over everything else. Always. Oh yeah, you're muted.
I'm a bit rusty, man, so I'm getting back in the swing of things. But absolutely, um, like I said, I'm proud to be back, man. I'm happy with the team that I work with. I'm happy to have you joining me. And like I said, this is gonna be short. I don't plan on taking the entire evening to talk about stuff, but I feel like just something that's quick to update everyone to let them know the situation of what's happened, and then going next week, we can get back to what we normally do. You know, I still want to talk about the games, and I still want to be able to play games. And so I'll be honest, I really don't have much for tonight. As I said, like I've really usually before game nights, I'm listening to spaces, I'm following Twitter left and right to make sure that I have enough to really talk about and bring to the table. This time, you guys, I thought I was gonna be able to do that this past week, but I really just spent time with my family. So I'm just being honest with y'all. But going into next week, you'll be able to experience the game nights that you're used to. And this time, I want to bring back the games. Let's play some actual games. Um, we're trying to upgrade the internet here so that we'll be able to stream and play at the same time. And so, yeah, man, like I'm excited to continue on and continue moving forward. And really, that's kind of all I have today. I'm just being honest and transparent with everyone and let them know what I've been going through.
Okay. I do. I do. I mean, we're not gonna make this long. It's 30 minutes, but I will share a piece of news with you. I broke the news at last week's World's Wednesdays. Zynga has joined the Web3 gaming world. It's pretty wild, bro. That's pretty crazy news right there. I don't know if you,
Absolutely. Oh man.
that's
So I
wild, ain't
heard
it?
it. I heard it. So this is the thing, and you know I wanted to talk about that. You know I wanted to talk about Zanga joining the game. You know I wanted to talk about that. Yo. Okay. So this is what got y'all got to remember, right? Facebook really won the social media wars because of Zanga. Farmville, massive, millions of players. Suburban moms before they weren't really on Facebook, but Farmville and the invite mechanics made it so Farmville people played Farmville in groups on Facebook. That's how people like if you invited people to Farmville, even if they didn't have a Facebook account, they would get extra rewards. That's how Facebook blew up. But then, for guys like us, we was playing that Mob Wars. Who was playing Mob Wars, and Mob Wars is a classic when it comes to Facebook-based games. Zanga set the formula. They were the first gaming company that you saw companies like 7-Eleven partnering with, making it so that if you purchase Slurpees and they had the Zanga cards in the actual gas stations for games like Plants vs. Zombies and whatnot. So, like, Zanga is a massive Web3 addition to the community. Honestly, like it when I even if you just consider the scale of Zynga being a massive gaming organization, that's just one part of it. But really, the part to lock in on is the fact that each time we've seen a movement, a style of movement from, I'd say, each time we've seen a platform change when it comes to gaming, Zynga has been there to capture it. From popular Facebook games to mobile games, and now they're joining Web3 games. I am interested to see how they do their in game mechanics. I'm super interested to see how they're going to do their tokenomics, especially with their expertise when it comes to social media. Like their invite systems and whatnot are top notch when it comes to gaming. They are the best at it. So yeah, I'm excited to see what Zanga comes up with, man. You're absolutely right. That is something I've been wanting to talk about. But yeah, Zanga, that massive, absolutely massive.
Very massive, man. Yeah, that's yeah, man. When I seen it, it's definitely great news, man. Because we talk about mobile gaming here a lot. We talk about mobile gaming a lot. We're talking about one of the pioneers of the mobile gaming space entering into Web3, and it's so casual too. It's like Zynga Game announces this Web3 NFT game. I'm looking around like, what? Like, is anybody seeing this right now? Right? And I feel like that's exactly what we need, that mainstream adoption, that appeal with, because they're going to simplify the process. They're going to simplify it. They're going to make it user friendly. You know what I mean? They're going to partner with somebody to supply somebody with a wallet so they can get their coins. You know what I mean? Like, they're going to do it in such a seamless way to where it doesn't come off with that bad stigma of crypto. You know what I mean? It's gonna, they're gonna play Zynga and they're gonna think, oh, this is a new Zynga thing where you got your own wallet and you can play the game. You know what I mean? And and we need more of that, man. We need more of that, especially right now.
Absolutely, absolutely. I think that what Zynga brings to the table is years of expertise. Absolutely. You know, what else is there to say other than Farmville and Mob Wars? Millions of players. Mob Wars and Mob Wars dominated on MySpace. Dominated on MySpace. Farmville dominated on Facebook. So I I would be surprised if you're not going to see, you know, in-game wallets, right, that are super simplified. It's just the Web 2.5 experience is absolutely going to be seamless. I honestly, when I think about it, I just think that what we should be expecting from Zanga is top-notch onboarding in a way that other gaming projects and companies aren't going to be able to emulate. The when If we're talking about gaming companies that are going to break through, I think really the best opportunity that we have in Web3 is companies like Zynga, companies like Rockstar, companies like Activision, right? Even Ubisoft, right? But Ubisoft, I think, Ubisoft, they are pioneers, but a lot of times the implementation isn't always what people desire, right? But I think Zynga is forward thinking enough to get it right. In the same way that I think someone like Rockstar would get it right, where it's like the time and research that they put into their implementation when it comes to games is top notch, and the reward mechanisms as well. So yeah, man, Zynga being in Web3, that's big. I think it's one of the biggest things that we've had in a while. I know that we're deep in the bear market currently, but at the same time, I think that we're going to see more institutional organizations participate in crypto, but we aren't going to see retail pay attention and notice it, right? But that doesn't mean we're not moving forward, right? That does not mean we're not moving forward. Each day, more and more major players are taking the space more serious. And so I think that when it comes to what we've been doing as an entire Web3 ecosystem, with when you look at the guys from Yuga Labs, right? From the games that they've been releasing to Illuvium, the games that they've been releasing, and the demos that they've been showing. Even on Cardano, you look at the uniqueness of the Clayverse. You look at some of the stuff the Cornucopias have been doing with the live gameplay that they've been showing. Man, I think that Web3 gaming is on the way, and it's only a matter of time. I also think that right now, having that expertise in Web3 makes the biggest difference on how well the game is going to play. And I haven't had a chance to play I can the Rec League, which I definitely want to play. Right, haven't had the opportunity to play it yet, but like I said, this is just the first week back. Right, this is just something
Yeah.
light to give people a taste, and then next week we can go and show everyone what's been happening, talk about the recent news, and I'm excited, man. Like I'm really just happy to be back, and this is one of those things, right? Being sick is not something that will cause me to quit, right? Because I'm truly here for the long term, right? This is not something that's like this isn't an overnight thing for me, right? When I actually decide to take the step into crypto, my first year in crypto, I didn't last. My first year in crypto, I didn't last. My first year, I couldn't do it. It was too rough. It was too volatile. I listened to everyone else about what it should be like, right? And how I let other people influence me on how I should think about it. But now I'm secure in my beliefs when it comes to this technology and how it should be used. We're seeing MetaMask implement, you know, you know, cash transactions, right? Where you don't have to go to an exchange anymore. Like
That's
it's
why I
literally
just seen that.
you
I
can
just
literally
seen it.
just have crypto and then export to PayPal from MetaMask. That's major for the
That's
industry.
crazy.
So it's just like the technology is getting there, right? But it's still going to take some time. And as of right now, it's not going to blow up overnight. That's the thing. It never blows up overnight. But what does happen is over a long period of time, we do start to see more and more good technology being built that has great use cases and less friction so that more users want to use it. So, yeah, that's kind of it for game night tonight. Um, this is mostly just a light one to get started back and get used to it again. And I appreciate anyone that tunes in and watches this. I was having trouble logging into Discord tonight, so I'm sorry, guys. I will definitely post this right afterwards, and you guys can watch it and whatnot. Same for Twitter. I'll post this there as well. And I'm happy to be back. I hope to see some of y'all at NFT XLV this year / CNFTCon. Also, I need to go look at the updates for what happened at Rare Bloom. I missed it, man. I missed so much that happened in the past 2 weeks, but I am back, and it feels good to be back. JL, you have anything to say before we bounce?
Yeah, man. I just want to say welcome back, man. Welcome back. I'm glad, you're feeling better. Feel you I can tell you got a fresh wind, you know what I mean? It's like you took a vacation and now, you get to recover, you come back fresh next week. But yeah, major shout out to you. Shout out to everybody pulling up to the show. Appreciate y'all. Y'all hit that like button, hit subscribe. Yeah, because we ain't going nowhere. We here, like Vince said, we here for the long haul. We already knew we had some building to do, so we're here to build.
Yeah, and that's it, y'all. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Be sure to like and subscribe, and that's it. Peace.